Hey, what's up? It is Monday, September 9th, 2024. Please make sure to get all that stuff in there, and then we're going to be rolling right out. Just so you know, we do have a journal check, so make sure you get this stuff in your agenda. The journal check will be this Friday. Never back down, never what? Never give up. Let's go. So in class, I will give you a few minutes to do this, but in here, we're not going to do too much of that. But again, go review the quiz. You got to go to Canvas, click on grades, and then click on the actual quiz. And I think you got to look at submission details, and then it'll give you a lineup of what you got wrong or right. However, I just want to make a few things clear. If on the quiz you scored an 8 or lower, more than likely you got a message from me already saying that I suggest that you study and then retake the quiz. That is my suggestion to you. So make sure to go on there, study the slides. Those are probably the best place to go. I feel like that actually was better for students. They felt like that was closer than the quizzes was. So I'll see if I can work on the quizzes to make it closer or more representative of the quiz. Okay, also I do want to say I do not have any sting sessions for the next 5 sting sessions available. So because of that, please make sure that you are either come in during lunch, before or after school. Those are the 3 times that I have available. People can ask, oh, there's that. No, I have before school, after school, and at lunch. You figure out which one works for you. Just leave a comment, okay? Leave a comment as to when you want to do that. Some people have already messaged me, so I'm like, that's good. All right, go ahead and take your time and to get this done. And then as soon as you come back, then we'll be ready to rock and roll. So make your list of 5 things you're thankful for. All right, we are back. So did you get your 5 things done? I will say this, the thing that I put together, oh, you know what? Let me run and go get my thing. Let me go get my thing that I had. Hold on. One of the things I put on mine was this. Boom. The internet and Wi-Fi. Let's go. So that is one of the things that I am thankful for. I got to watch football and do some grading at the same time due to the amazingness of the internet. I have no life, but I can die. What am I? Hopefully you got this. Hopefully you figured this one out. Hopefully you said it was a battery. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, so we went through all these pages last time. We also went through these pages. I'm just double checking that you know what a system is. Hopefully you're able to tell me that it is this, that it is a group of related parts that make up a whole. A whole system can do things that individual parts within the system cannot do, and that you got this note. If you don't have this note, pause it, get this note in there, and then you should be good to go. I believe the 7th period was the only period that didn't have this, but again, if you don't have this note, just remember a group of related parts that make up, so like in the game, all the different parts of the game, or the ramp, we had the different parts that made up that system, right? Okay, cool. So we're going to ask this question, what is motion? A lot of people told me motion is moving. I said, what is moving? They said moving is movement. I said, what is movement? So it's one of those things where you got to actually describe or really define the word, and you can't just, just try and define it with another word that means almost exactly the same thing or almost the same word, right? So remember that motion is this, and hopefully you know these people are rowing right here, but let's go with this. Motion is the change of an object's position with respect to time and in comparison to the position of other objects used as reference points. So just like this phone is moving from one position to another, boom, we would call that motion. And a reference point could actually be my face. You could say it moves from one side to the other side, right? So you can talk about some reference points, things like that. So we'll talk about time here just momentarily. So just remember ways that we track time. Usually people say a watch or they say a clock, right? Those are like two ways that we actually track time. There are others, right? And so some of the common units are like seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, years, decades, centuries, right? So you can keep going on and on and on and on. All kinds of things, right? Okay, and then so you can keep going on about like with that. However, I do want to say this. Someone said, is a calendar. Someone said a calendar is a way to track time. I said yes. That blew my mind. But a calendar really is a way to track time. It's just much bigger increments of time that we're checking. Now let's get to moving on to this. This right here, what is this, y'all? What is this? This is motion. So this right here, some people probably recognize this. This is one of the original tracks on Super Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo. This is the one I used to play, fam. This was wild. Anyway, one of the reference points on a racetrack would be the start or finish line. Also, right, you would say the object is changing position. In this case, it would be a cart, and we would just time how long does it take you to do a lap. So how long does it take you to start here and finish here, right? Okay, so we just had the Olympics, right? This was not at the Olympics. Hopefully you can tell that's Usain Bolt, right? So hopefully you know who that is. If not, that's okay. We're gonna get into it. So we are not going to watch this, not even for like 2 seconds. So that was the men's 100-meter dash at this Paris Olympics. Last time I tried to show this whole thing to you, I ended up having to erase like half the video. It was crazy because YouTube was like, no, you can't have that here, even if you're teaching, even if you're on the screen. Boo YouTube. I say review that. I was just trying to teach for real, for real. Anyway, but this was the time frames that you see here, okay? So we're just going to talk about a couple of things. Number one, okay? Let's go with this. Noah Lyles ended up by winning by 1,000th of a second, okay? So we're going to talk about, like, what does that mean? So I want you to write this down in your journal. So his time was 9.79 seconds, okay? So this digit right here is going to be our, what we call our ones place. Boy, this is our tenths. So I'm going to write it like this. This might be a little bit more tenths, okay? And then this right here is our hundreds. Hundreds, okay? Oh my goodness, that is coming out not good. Pause, cut the cameras. Okay, I put it into this snipping tool because I think this is gonna work better. So here, let's try that again because that wasn't coming out so well. So 9.79. Ooh, hold on. Go back. Bop. No. Bop. 9.79. Okay, and then we said this right here is our ones. There we go. That's so much better. This right here is our hundreds, so I'm just going to put 100 TH, okay, but make sure that you spell it out 100s. And then this is literally take 3. I'm going to try and edit those other takes out. So the winning time was 9.79, right? So if we're just talking about this, and I want you to write this in your journal, okay, talking about these different places, this right here is the ones digit, right? So that's ones. And then this right here would be the tenths. So TENTHS, tenths. Okay. This right here is your hundreds. Now, if you take a look over there, he actually won the race by 1,000th, which that would be this one over here. So I'm going to put that and put 1,000th. Right, so he actually won by 1,000th, and that would be this digit right here. So let's just say it was a 3. Which again, we're just being hypothetical here. Okay? So don't worry about that. Okay. So I just wanted to say this. They are going 10.2 meters per second. So we showed from one end of my classroom all the way to the other end is about 10 meters. So that means in 1 second they'd be able to travel across my whole classroom, which is really fast. I just want to make sure that it's clear that, that's their average speed, not their overall, like, top speed. That's their average speed of all the speeds. Remember, at the beginning of the race, they're going very slow, and by the end of the race, they're moving very fast. So there's different speeds in there, right? So just remember that. Just like if you said, well, how far are you, like, what is your average speed of the car? And we do that in, like, miles per hour, right? So 60 miles per hour. Well, that's your average speed. That's how far you were able to get averagely. Because when you first start driving, you're going out of your driveway, you have the stop sign, you have this, you have that, all these different places you're going. You got to stop for a farm truck, all that kind of things we got to do. But then when you get on the freeway, you're going a whole different set of speeds, right? So again, that's much faster than the speed you were traveling in the town. So I just want to make sure that's clear. This is average speed, not, again, not their top speed. We would have to look at each 10 meters section by section in order to be able to figure that out. Okay, cool. So hopefully you guys are good with all of those things. That is everything for today, yo. Peace.